month in a game. Was it good to have like those easy completions on that first drive to kind of get you into the game?
I mean, yeah, I've been out for a little bit, so just trying to get back into rhythm, do a good job of scheming up some early passes, give me some confidence, but I mean, didn't really feel out of rhythm at all. Came back, felt just like the player I was before, so these guys just made plays for me and helped me feel more comfortable.
EJ, how much does it help, though, you were able to spread the ball around amongst many receivers? How much did that help the receiving core and you as a quarterback for openings?
Yeah, it's huge. Just a lot of guys stepping up. A lot of receivers who came prepared, and even tight ends as well. Just come and make sure they all know their job, and it's just my job to distribute it. It's harder when teams have a lot of different weapons they can use. It's harder for a defense to defend. So we did a good job today. A lot of guys stepped up and made plays when we needed it.
You guys were up 6 with about 3.5 minutes to go. You could have probably just kicked the field goal there, but you took that shot to Dante in the corner. Did you feel like I'm gonna, get that? There was no risk. What was your thought on that when that call came in and what you had to do there?
Yeah, I mean that was just my fault. Just kind of didn't verify that corner. Kind of rushed it. Kind of lost vision behind him. Lost vision of him for a second. I just gotta wait a second longer, just verify where he's at and his leverage there. So just my fault. Just bad play by me. Just can't have it in that situation. Gotta be better.
Well, I'm talking about the touchdown.
Oh, you touched
it. End of the game, you guys are up 6. You could probably on the third.
Oh, I thought you. Okay.
Right, you could have settled for maybe whatever, but you decided to, we're going to try him right in front of the end zone and throw it there, take a chance.
I mean, I just got the play call, so my mindset was to score. I knew we had a good look for that. We kind of talked about it earlier before the drive that I liked that play. We just came back and got the ball out in time, and Dante made a good play. Was where we were supposed to be, and I mean, touchdowns are better than field goals, so we'll take it.
Zae, you had a big game today. What did you just see out there from the Navy defense that allowed you to haul in a couple of receptions?
All week we basically just saw them just basically keeping everything in front of them. So EJ did a good job of getting the ball out on time and hitting us in rhythm.
Say Stan said you had to work through, an injury or something this week. What was it like to battle through that and then to have the game that you did today?
Basically it was just all about mental. It happened about 2 weeks ago, but I knew coming out today, I just can't be thinking about that. Just play through it and get the job done.
Victor, I felt like this was the cleanest jersey that EJ had at the end of any game this year. What did it take against these guys who throw all sorts of weird blitzes out there to?
Sure. No, I think we just we studied the looks very well. We knew what pressures they're gonna bring. We knew the looks for the pressures. So kind of when we saw them, it wasn't anything hard. We just here's the pressure. We know what we got to do. I think we had a good plan going into the game, and it just worked out very well. So just recognizing the different pressures. We knew they were going to blitz. We knew they were going to twist. We knew they weren't just going to straight up rush us. So kind of going into the game expecting that, pick it up.
EJ, can you talk about how you guys basically played with the lead for the entire game? How different was that for you guys and your perspective on offense in general?
Yeah, huge for us. Always good to start fast. Obviously, the last 2 weeks we didn't put up the points, didn't start fast that we wanted to. So we just knew that first drive was going to be crucial for us. We came out. That just gives you confidence for the rest of the game, knowing that you can kind of play with that lead. And obviously, we don't want to kind of make it as close as we did at the end, but definitely huge for us to start fast, and hopefully we can just continue that for the second and third quarter.
How big was it against these guys? Because again, if you can build the lead against them, again, our line did make a couple of late throws, were pretty good, but to get a lead on them and then force them to play from behind when they're down by 2 or 3 scores, and force them into doing stuff they don't want to do. How big was that for just for the defense to be able to tee off sometimes and get a pass rush?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, obviously just their scheme they play. Not a lot of passes. Everyone knows they run that triple option. So yeah, huge to get big. It's just hard for them to come back when you can't air the ball out like that. But our defense just played great. So it really just goes to them, honestly. They made a bunch of crucial stops. 2 of their touchdowns, we had a turnover. So it was basically on the offense. So they just played a great game, and it kind of gave us that comfortability once we got that lead that they were going to make some big stops for us.
Navy cut the lead to 2 early in the fourth quarter, and you guys went on a 12-play, 80-something yard drive to, extend your lead. What was the mindset going into that drive?
I think a big thing we talked about was just not being negative. A lot of times this year, when a bad thing happens, we put our heads down and we kind of get in our own heads and kind of make just worry about those mistakes. We just got to let it go. A big thing to just flush that. We were all calm. All of our offense knew that all day. We didn't hurt ourselves, that we could move the ball and we could score a touchdown. So that was big for us. No panic in any of our guys, and just came down and had a huge touchdown to kind of seal the game.
Victor, you were pretty passionate after the game against SMU after the game. Can you just talk about how you guys handled yourselves in the bye week and heading into this week?
Yeah, I think the bye week's really good for us to kind of just regroup a little bit, distance ourselves from that game. I mean, it's like I said, that game. I think we're a good football team. I believe in this football team 100%. And it was bad showing that week, but I know that if we really gather together and play as a team, that like we can win the rest of the games this on our schedule this season. There's no doubt in my mind about that because I think we have a great team. And, you know, getting that bye week I think is great for us. Just kind of get some distance, regroup a little bit, and just focus on this last stretch.
EJ, what you just talked about, David talked about before about like not letting things spiral, and that can be easier said than done when you're on the losing streak you guys have been on. It might sound like an obvious thing, but how big is it for you guys to just kind of like nip that in the bud and just be able to walk in there with a win in the locker room after what you guys have been through?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, like we said, we struggled with that all year, so it's just big for us to kind of knock it down those moments. I think we did a good job. Our sideline did a good job just keeping the energy up, always believing in ourselves that no matter if this bad play happened, we're going to make a play on the next one. So yeah, big thing we've been working on, and a big thing that we harped on this week. So just glad that we can kind of go out there, and especially with those setbacks in the middle of the game, we were able to respond, and that's huge for a team, especially huge for us these next 3 weeks to leave it that.
Say, this week Ian Stewart mentioned bowl game, right? Like it's still, the bowl game is still out there. Is that talked about in those terms in your room? Or
Oh yeah, totally. We talk about that all the time. Like we still got these last couple of games left to really make ourselves, you know, finish with the season that we all prepared for and hoped for, and we know we can go out there and get it. So still, these last stretch games, we all putting everything into it because we want to get there.
Did you see the end zone on that screen when you?
Yeah. I kind of caught myself looking up at the screen, like trying to get away. And,
Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.